You know that sound, that lonely wail of a harmonica, and then that piano. It instantly takes you somewhere, doesn't it? A kind of smoky, dimly lit bar late at night. You can almost smell the stale beer and shared secrets. It's the sound of Billy Joel's Piano Man, a song that's become so much more than just a hit. But why? I mean, really, why does this one song, from way back in 1973, still hit so hard? It's the song people sing with their arms around each other at the end of the night all over the world. But here's the thing, it's not a happy song. It's all about loneliness and regret. So what's going on there? Well, let's get into it, because the answer is hidden inside the real-life stories and the incredible storytelling that makes Piano Man an anthem for, well, all of us. To really get the song, you have to get the man who wrote it and where he was at in his life. Because he wasn't just writing about some piano man. He was the Piano Man. And he was there under a fake name, basically hiding out from a music industry that had just about wrecked him. You gotta understand, this wasn't some cool career move for him. It was pure survival. In the early 70s, Billy Joel was in a real bind. His first album, Cold Spring Harbor, completely bombed, partly because they mastered it at the wrong speed, so he sounded like one of the Chipmunks. On top of that, he was stuck in this just awful record deal that basically gave away all his rights and left him with no money. So what do? He ran. He went to LA to lay low, hide from the lawyers, and just make enough cash to live. And he did it by playing piano in a dive bar called the Executive Room, using the alias Bill Martin, which, it's just his first and middle name. And this, right here, is where everything changes. Sitting at that piano as Bill, nobody knew who he was. He wasn't a big shot. He was just part of the scenery. And that anonymity gave him the perfect vantage point. He became this quiet, empathetic observer, soaking in the lives of the people around him every single night. He said that every character in this song was a real person he met in that bar. And that raw authenticity, that's the secret ingredient. So now we get to the lyrics, and this is where Joel's genius just takes over. The brilliance of Piano Man is how he draws these little portraits. He doesn't just describe people. In just a couple of lines, he sketches out their entire lives, their biggest dreams, and their deepest regrets. And in doing that, he makes every single one of them feel familiar. And here's the cast of characters, straight from that LA bar. You've got the old man, lost in his memories, John the bartender, who's dreaming of being a movie star, Paul, the novelist who never actually writes, Davy, who's just stuck in the Navy for life, and then there's the waitress with big plans, and the businessmen drowning their isolation. Every one of them, they stand for a feeling we've all had, a dream we put on hold, or a quiet sense of being stuck. Just take the old man, for instance. Man, that line from the old man, it's just perfect, isn't it? It's not just about an old song. It's about that deep ache for a past you can't ever get back to. He can't quite remember the memory, which is exactly what nostalgia feels like, this fuzzy, bittersweet feeling. And when I wore a younger man's clothes is such a beautiful way to say when I was someone else. Who hasn't felt that? And then there's that universal theme of unfulfilled dreams, captured perfectly by John the bartender. He's pouring drinks with a smile, but you see that mask slip, and that dream of being a movie star, it feels so real to him, but this place is a cage. It's a feeling anyone who's ever felt trapped in a job or a town can totally relate to. And he's not alone. There's also Paul, the real estate novelist, who's always too busy to write, and Davy, still in the Navy and probably will be for life. They're all different versions of the same quiet heartbreak. So you've got this room full of lonely people. You've got the businessmen sharing a drink they call loneliness, and you've got the waitress, who is actually Billy Joel's first wife, Elizabeth, practicing politics. They're all in their own little worlds. But then the chorus kicks in, and this is the most important part. The chorus isn't sung by the Piano Man. It's the collective voice of everyone in the bar. It's their big plea. Let's just look at the words here. The perspective flips from his observations to their request. And that first word is us. Sing us a song. Right there, they stop being a bunch of lonely individuals, and they become a community, a single voice. And notice the urgency, tonight. They're not asking for a life-changing solution. They just need a quick escape,
a little relief right now.
And that brings me to what might be the most brilliant word choice in the entire song. He doesn't say you've got us feeling good. He says you've got us feeling all right. That little difference is everything. Good would feel fake. It would suggest happiness, a real fix. But all right, that's so much more honest. It's about easing the pain for a little while. It's about finding a moment of peace. It admits that life is messy, and sometimes just feeling all right is a huge victory. That's what makes it so real.
So ultimately, the song turns the Piano Man into more than just an entertainer. He's like a pharmacist or a bartender of melodies. His music is the medicine. It's the temporary cure for the collective ache of loneliness and regret in that room. It's really a tribute to the healing power of music itself.
Okay, so let's pull all these threads together. We've got the true story behind it, we've met the real people in the lyrics, and we've figured out what that chorus is really all about. And when you add it all up, you start to see why Piano Man is still such a massive, universal anthem. So what's the secret recipe? Well, first, it's totally authentic. You can just feel that this really happened. Second, the universal themes. I mean, loneliness, regret, hope. That's not a 70s thing, that's a human thing. Third, it's got that everyman appeal. It gives a voice to normal people and their quiet struggles. Fourth is the shared experience it creates. That simple melody is so easy to sing along to, which, kind of ironically, turns a song about being alone into this big moment of community. And finally, it's pure nostalgia. Even if you weren't there, the song just puts you in this reflective, bittersweet mood that everybody gets. So when you put it all together, it becomes obvious that Piano Man is way more than a catchy song. It's like a page torn out of Billy Joel's own diary from one of the lowest points in his life. And he managed to turn his personal story into our story. It's a perfect snapshot of our quiet, everyday struggles and our deep need to connect with each other, even if it's just for one song on one night. And really, that's the song's greatest power. It holds up a mirror. It reminds us that even when we feel alone, or we're thinking about the dreams we haven't quite reached, there's comfort in a simple melody, and in knowing other people feel it too. So the question I'll leave you with is this. When you listen to that song, who are you in that bar? Are you John, dreaming of a different life? The old man, trying to remember what it felt like to be young? Think about it. That's the enduring magic of the Piano Man.